The 4th Infantry Division Artillery DIVARTY is the Force Fires headquarters for the 4th Infantry Division of the United States Army. The 4th DIVARTY has been active from 1917 to 1921, 1935 to 1939, 1940 to 1946, 1948 to 1995, 1996 to 2007, and most recently reactivated in 2015. The DIVARTY has operational service in World War I, World War II, Vietnam, and Operation Iraqi Freedom. Mission History. World War I. The 4th DIVARTY was first constituted under the title of Headquarters Battery, 4th Field Artillery Brigade, Iron Gunner on 19 November 1917, under the command of M.G. Edwin Babbitt, and was assigned to the 4th Infantry Division. The unit was organized for combat operations at Camp Green, North Carolina from the 15th of December 1917 to the 10th of January 1918. Headquarters, 4th Field Artillery Brigade departed for World War I in Europe in the winter of 1918. Campaign participation included actions at Meuse-Argonne, Aisne-Marne Street, Mihel, Champagne 1918, and Lorraine 1918. Upon returning stateside, the 4th Field Artillery Brigade was stationed at Camp Lewis, Washington, where it was inactivated on 21 September 1921 following the armistice that ended World War I. The 4th Field Artillery Brigade was redesignated at Fort Sill, Oklahoma on 1 January 1935, then was disbanded again on 14 November 1939. World War II Headquarters and Headquarters Battery, 4th Field Artillery was reconstituted on 10 September 1940 as Headquarters Battery, 4th DIVARTY. The unit was activated on 1 October 1940 at Fort Benning, Georgia under the command of B.G. Julian Barnes. Following reactivation, the unit deployed to Europe for combat operations against the Axis. Campaign participation included action at Normandy, northern France, Rhineland, Ardennes, Alsace, and Central Europe. 4th Division Artillery was inactivated on 5 March 1946 at Camp Butler, North Carolina. Early Cold War, Vietnam. With the escalation of the Vietnam conflict, the 4th Infantry Division Artillery again followed the IV Division into battle. On 21 July 1966, from Fort Lewis, Washington, and under the command of B.G. Joseph Catrona, the 4th Infantry Division began deploying to South Vietnam. The 4th Infantry Division Artillery would spend the next 4 years in South Vietnam providing fire support for the division during intense close combat operations. Campaign participation in Vietnam included action during Tet 69, counteroffensive, summer-fall 1969, winter-spring 1970, sanctuary counteroffensive, Tet counteroffensive, and counteroffensive phases II-7. By December 1970, the 4th DIVARTY returned from South Vietnam to Fort Carson, Colorado. Also during 1970, 4th DIVARTY was redesignated as 4th DIVARTY. This last redesignation nicknamed the unit Iron Gunners, which complemented the Iron Horse Division. Later Cold War, 1990-129 FA and activated 1148 FA as Roundout 1991-2 XNTC, BCTP 3-29 Train 2114 FA 155th BDE 1992 September REFORGER 92 2 XNTC. War on Terrorism. The DIVARTY deployed to Iraq in March 2003. Initially planned to deploy through Turkey, the entire 4th Infantry Division was rerouted into Kuwait. After a 500-mile movement north, Task Force Gunner, consisting of Headquarters and Headquarters Battery, 4th DIVARTY, and 2nd Battalion, 20th Field Artillery initially secured Al-Taji military complex and processed captured enemy ammunition from across the division's area of operations. During redeployment, 2nd Battalion, 20th Field Artillery conducted port and rail operations for the division. The DIVARTY's 3 cannon battalions operated in direct support of the respective brigades conducting combat and stability operations. 4th Battalion, 42nd Field Artillery in support of 1st Brigade from Fobaro in Ad-Dor, 3rd Battalion, 16th Field Artillery in support of 2nd Brigade between Bakuba and Baghdad, and 3rd Battalion, 29th Field Artillery in support of 3rd Brigade in the Ad-Daluya in the Sunni Triangle north of Baghdad. During the deployment, the DIVARTY fired over 8,100 rounds of 155 mm and 3 ATACMS unitary missiles. The DIVARTY took command of FOB Gunner in April 2003 and held the base until February 2004 when they were relieved by elements of the 1st Cavalry Division. The brigade routinely maintained a strong defense through offense by active patrols and show of strength. FOB Gunner was the location for storage and consolidation of enemy arms and equipment to be redistributed to the Iraqi police and Iraqi Civil Defense Force, later the new Iraqi Army. Although the mission was executed by the 751st Quartermaster Company out of Mesa, Arizona, this was the only location in Iraq to perform this type of mission. The FOB supported units including the 82nd Airborne, the 101st Airborne, the 2nd Armored Cavalry Regiment, and a British. In Iraq, the brigade was commanded by Col. Kevin Stramara and was stationed at Taji, Iraq. During this time, the unit and its commander were the subject of internal complaints and investigations by the military for harsh treatment of Iraqi civilians. The unit was reorganized in December 2004 to assign its subordinate units to the division's 4 maneuver brigades, giving each of those brigades their own organic artillery for close fire support. Only the 2D Battalion, 20th Field Artillery Regiment remains part of the Fires Brigade directly. In December 2005 the brigade was sent again to Iraq, with most of the brigade going to Baghdad to conduct FOB-based defense and 2 to 20 FA going north to support operations of the 101st Airborne and the 18th Airborne Corps. Alpha Battery went west to support marine operations in the Al-Asad and Fallujah area. In 2007, the 4th Fires Brigade was inactivated and its HQ reflagged as HHB, 41st Fires Brigade. In October 2014, the 4th IDDIVARTY was reconstituted and activated in October 2015 under the command of Colonel Michael Oshcher, with command of 212 FA, 377 FA, and 329 FA. Lineage and honors. Lineage constituted the 19th of November 1917 in the regular army as headquarters, 4th Field Artillery Brigade, and assigned to the 4th Division. Organized the 15th of December 1917 to 10 January 1918 at Camp Green, North Carolina. Reorganized and redesignated in February 1921 as Headquarters and Headquarters Battery, 4th Field Artillery Brigade, and activated the 21st of September 1921 at Camp Lewis, Washington. Activated 1 January 1935 at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Disbanded 14 November 1939 at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Reconstituted 10 September 1940 in the regular Army and redesignated as Headquarters and Headquarters Battery, 4th Division Artillery. Activated 1 October 1940 at Fort Benning, Georgia. Reorganized and redesignated the 11th of July 1941 as Headquarters and Headquarters Battery, 4th Motorized Division Artillery. Reorganized and redesignated the 4th of August 1943 as Headquarters and Headquarters Battery, 4th Division Artillery. And activated the 5th of March 1946 at Camp Butner, North Carolina. Activated the 6th of July 1948 at Fort Hood, California. Redesignated the 1st of April 1957 as Headquarters and Headquarters Battery, 4th Infantry Division Artillery. And activated the 15th of December 1995 at Fort Carson, Colorado. Activated the 16th of January 1996 at Fort Hood, Texas. Redesignated the 15th of December 2004 as Headquarters and Headquarters Battery, 4th Fires Brigade. And activated the 15th of April 2007 at Fort Hood, Texas. HHB redesignated as Headquarters and Headquarters Battery, 41st Field Artillery Brigade. Activated the 15th of October 2015 at Fort Carson, Colorado. Campaign participation credit: World War I, Aineman, St. Mihiel, Musaragon, Champagne 1918, Lorraine 1918. World War II, Normandy, Northern France, Rhineland, Ardennes, Alsace, Central Europe. Vietnam, Counteroffensive Phase 2, Counteroffensive Phase 3, TAT Counteroffensive, Counteroffensive Phase 4, Counteroffensive Phase 5, Counteroffensive Phase 6, TAT 69, Counteroffensive Summer-Fall 1969, Winter-Spring 1970, Sanctuary Counteroffensive, Counteroffensive Phase 7, War on Terrorism, Campaigns to be determined. Decorations: Belgian Forage 1940, cited in the Order of the Day of the Belgian Army for Action in Belgium, cited in the Order of the Day of the Belgian Army for Action in the Ardennes. Republic of Vietnam Cross of Gallantry with Palm, Streamer Embroidered Vietnam 1966–1969. Republic of Vietnam Civil Action Honor Medal First Class, Streamer Embroidered Vietnam 1966–1969.